Life isn't always easy, but it gets better, that's one thing that's sure. We've decided to look beyond all the money, glamour and fame and see how 10 celebrities grew up, in different tough ways. Click on the pics for inspiration. Everyone can do it, as long as you believe in yourself, and read everything about stars such as Justin Bieber, Mariah Carey, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Mariah Carey grew up in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Long Island, in near poverty. Lack of any toys or other fun things to do, she found her own fun by doing things like poisoning her dog and setting her parents' car on fire. Later, she moved to NYC to try her luck. She met a Columbia Records exec by coincidence at a party, and not very long after that she was introduced to the world. Yeah, you may curse his name now, but a few years ago Justin Bieber was nearly miserably poor? According to Bieber himself, before becoming famous he grew up in a rat-infested home with an empty fridge. He had to sleep on a pull-out couch and lived off a diet consisting mostly of macaroni and cheese. Today, he's worth around $65 million. Halle Berry is known as an Oscar-winning actress and international beauty, but she always lived the high life. Early in her career, Berry moved to NYC to pursue her dream as a model and actress. Berry, while trying to find work in New York, stayed in a homeless shelter. At the age of 21, the star never gave up and had no financial help from her parents. Now, she's a multiple award winner and an unforgettable talent. Like a lot of famous rappers, Snoop grew up in squalor. In his early days selling drugs was everything he had. But after a few short stints in Gal, Snoop started making tapes with his friend who just so happened to be the stepbrother of Dr. Dre. Today, JayZ is the leader of a real financial empire, but he grew up in a family where even bread was a luxury item. Ever since he was a child he got used to violence and to lack of money, but through ambition he managed to become one of the richest men in the world. Wahlberg dropped out of school at the age of 14 and went to work as a street thug. After a couple of years of bad actions, making drug deals and getting high, he was convicted of assaulting 2 men and sentenced to 50 days in prison. After that his older brother Donnie helped him out and got him a record deal. And yeah, you know the rest of this story. Leonardo DiCaprio grew up in Hollywood surrounded by drug dealers and prostitution. But, despite these unhappy surroundings, Leo skipped out on the low road and found himself landing acting gigs that helped him to the very top of the Hollywood A-list. As a child, Demi Moore spent part of her years in a trailer park, and had the misfortune of having an abusive father who spent his days drinking instead of working. But she just couldn't take that living situation, so she dropped out of school and moved to Hollywood at age 16. Before J.K. Rowling started writing the Harry Potter series, she was struggling as a single mother living off of welfare. As the story goes, Rowling had a 4-hour delayed train trip to thank for her wealth. Apparently, while waiting for the train, the idea of a young boy attending wizard school appeared in her head. Now she's one of the richest celebrities in England, reportedly worth over $1 billion. When Jim Carrey was in high school, he was living out of a camper van with the rest of his family, and worked full shifts at a tire factory. But Carrey dropped out of school at 16 and moved to Lane to make it big in Hollywood. The young Jim happened to catch the eye of Rodney Dangerfield and now he's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood.